Okay, so we are live. First of all, I have to start by apologizing. There are workers outside, so if you hear any extra noise, so sorry, you can stop the neighbors from walking, right? So the neighbor is fixing his home. So yes, so that's going on there. We're going to do our sound check, and yeah, from the title and all of that, I know you have a clue what is going on. Good, 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 good. All right, so we this is going to be a short live stream, so if you are watching the replay, you'll be able to catch up and follow along and whatnot. And it's also an update. We have two people we're going to be discussing there, and they are both billionaires. Okay, they are both on the list of the world richest. Okay, the world richest people. Anyways, before we dive right in, welcome back, Trending Gist lovers. And I remain your girl, Octavia Cora. That being said, you are welcome. And if you are watching the replay, my silent watchers and everyone, you're welcome. Thank you very much. This is going to be quick, 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 quick. All right. So the first story we have the Amazon guy, Jeff Bezos, is being sued by his ex housekeeper. And we're this story is juicy and it is funny at the same time, confusing. And some people are on his side, some people are in the middle, some people are on the housekeeper's side. When you hear the story, feel free to be the judge and pick a side or be in the middle, be as neutral like us. Yeah, the second story is an update. Elon Musk and his Twitter problems, his Twitter wahala, if I will put it that way. Okay, so we are going to start with Elon Musk because we talked about him before and how he fired his workers and how and whatnot. Okay, so yes, you know that recently Elon Musk took over Twitter, and one of the first things he did was to fire thousands and thousands. Oops, my eyes. Sorry. So one of the first things he did was to fire thousands and thousands of his workers. And a lot of people were like, we don't get it just like that. And you remember one of the workers came out and talked about how they were fired via email with a very funny Elon Musk meme and all of that. If you've not seen that, check the video. I have it on the channel, so you can watch all of that and hear the one of the ex-employees talking about it, okay, and showing the meme. All right, that being said, now the new update is that some of the workers are being called back, although no names were released, as they didn't release names the first times of the 1,000 workers they fired. But it's now the new update is that there was a mistake. They are saying there was an error that some of the persons that received the email of "you're fired." I'm laughing, but it's not funny, okay? It's not funny because this is where someone is making their livelihood from. So it's not even funny that they got fired just like that. Anyways, but Elon Musk's team is claiming that some of the people that received that email, it was an error that they were not meant to be fired. So they are calling them back. But the thing right now, we don't know if they're going to go back or they would just not want to have anything to do with Elon Musk anymore. If he could just wake up and fire them just like that, maybe they might be thinking, I better go work for someone else that the person's head is in place, other than working for someone like Elon Musk. But on the other hand, then you have Jeff Bezos and his own Wahala, and you also have Microsoft and all of them. Like, so it just seems like these days the billionaires are just mean people, and they are all in competition of who is the meanest, who is going to be the nastiest to their workers, to their employees, and whatnot. You get. So feel free to comment, leave your own comment, leave your own view. What do you think about how Elon Musk fired these people? And I'm also thinking, how can they say it was a mistake? How is it an error if Elon Musk himself had actually tweeted out that tweet where he said it is unfortunate that they don't have an option, that they have to fire some, about the firing of people, and that is because Twitter is losing about $4 million a day, so that's something that has to happen. What's going on? my network. He went further to say that in terms of free speech, and also talked about fake accounts, how anybody that's misrepresenting someone, or you're trying to fake that you're someone else but you're not saying, fan pages and all of that are also allowed. So if you're creating, for example, a fan page of a celebrity on Twitter, you have to specify and say that is what it is. Elon Musk is saying they are not going to tolerate that. So if you have some kind of representing some, trying to be someone, and all of that, they are going to take your account down. So it seems like a whole lot of new changes are coming to Twitter. Of course, that is expected when the management of a company, when it changed hand, like when someone buys over a company and whatnot, these changes are expected because people are going to kind of tweak and twist to their own, their own standard. And like I said on the other, when we did the other video concerning this topic, I also mentioned that Elon Musk was someone that was very vocal on Twitter. He's always tweeting about something, and if there's a story trending and somebody is saying Elon Musk did this, did that, if he sees, he does respond and say, well, or if they're complaining about something, he always respond and say he was going to check it out. So I do feel like someone that is so active like that will actually do a lot of changes to his app. But anyways, let me quickly jump into Jeff Bezos, and then we can come back and give our analysis on both topic. All right, so jumping into Jeff Bezos, I have to pull up, I think there's something, let me see, a tweet, is it, hold on, let's get this up. Okay, so yes, talking about Jeff Bezos, don't mind me that I'm laughing because the story is just kind of, if you look at it from the angle where the lady's coming from and all of that, the story is kind of funny. That being said, so he says Jeff Bezos' housekeeper says she contracted UTI due to the unsanitary condition in his home. This is the housekeeper saying this. So yeah, let's get right into it. Before I'm going to tell you the comment that some people left under some of the posts online, and we're going to jump into all of that. So that okay, so it says um Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is being sued by his former housekeeper after she alleged she contracted frequent urinary tract infection due to the unsanitary condition in his home. Mercedes Weather was hired by Bezos. I hope I didn't murder her name. Okay, Mercedes Weather was hired by Bezos for housekeeping role in 2019 that required her to work around a family without being seen, according to the complaint. The lawsuit alleged the housekeeper would have to work 14 hours shift without breaks, and that there was no accessible bathroom for her and the other housekeepers to use. Due to the lack of accessible toilet, she claimed herself and colleague would spend large part of the day unable to go to the toilet, which resulted in them contracting UTIs. So yeah, this is the lady explaining what I just read to you. That's what the housekeeper is saying. We have to say allegedly, because we don't know. Okay, we were not in Jeff Bezos' home and we were not among the housekeepers, right? So this is what she said, and we're just writing by what or going by what she said. Um, so that being said, what do you think? What is your own take? I'll first of all explain what some people are saying. Now, some persons are saying that Jeff Bezos, it seems like this, the ladies, I think Latin or Spanish descent or something like that. But anyways, people are saying that they were treated different from other staffers of Jeff Bezos. And I'm just thinking someone like Jeff Bezos should be living in a very big house, right? Like a mansion, if we can put it that way. So I'm just thinking, how is it that Jeff Bezos' home doesn't have a toilet for the staffers? Because I know that as a billionaire, or maybe when you're starting your life, you don't know, but you get to a level where you know that you're always busy, almost, throughout the day, and your home is so big, so many things to do. So you employ staffers. When you know that you're going to employ staffers, you either move from the home where you were staying before, move into a home with enough bathrooms and toilets and rooms and all of that, making space for your staffers. Even if you're getting a home where you have an extra home outside, you have the main building and you have like the boys' quarters and whatnot. So your workers can use that particular building, the toilet, the bathroom, and whatnot. If you don't want them to always come into the main house to relieve themselves. So I find this kind of strange, that this happened. But some persons were saying, how come you are the housekeeper and you're complaining about UTIs? That if you contracted this, then that means it is your fault because you are supposed to be the housekeeper. And if the house is not looking up, but from what she explained, it's not necessarily that she thought she got it from in there, but because they couldn't relieve themselves and they had to hold in and all of that for a very long time. But like I said, feel free to drop your own comments in the comment section. What do you think? Who are you going to blame for this? And on the other hand, I'm thinking, did they make a report, like an official report? Because I feel like if you're working for someone as wealthy, we're talking about, he was once the world richest man, okay, Jeff Bezos, who was once the world richest man. I think now it's Elon Musk. So I would think that if you're working for someone like that, there should be a rule. There's a protocol that you people go through. You have to make complaint. Like if there are certain things as a housekeeper, there are certain things in the house that are not available. Don't you write them down and present it to him or whomever can present to him, and then he makes money available or whatnot, and gets the manager or whoever. Like there's always a protocol to things like this when you're working for wealthy people or influential people. So I'm thinking, did these housekeepers actually make this official complaint telling him we do not have access to toilets? And do you think this was Jeff Bezos' fault, even if they had toilet but they didn't let it? Because sometimes people, they have so many workers, and then you have to have someone that is in charge of all the workers, right? That oversees everything they do. So sometimes those people that they put in place to oversee the daily goings around the home, the people that they start feeling like gods. So they start seeing themselves as demigod, and they want to just jump and put in rules and regulations that the owner of the home or the main boss didn't say. But there's no way the housekeeper, the cook, the cleaner, the security guy is going to know if the main person, the owner of the home, actually said those things or the person didn't. But just because this is the person that's in charge, and the person can actually delay their salary, slash their salary down, and maybe lie to the boss, telling the boss that okay, they missed a lot of work, they were slack on this one and that one, and because the boss is so busy doing his business and being one of the world's richest person and attending to every other thing that he has to do, he won't know if that manager or that person is lying, because that will be someone that he needs to trust before he will give such position. So I'm just thinking, did she make an official complaint stating that this is what we are going through? We do not have toilet. And I wonder for how long this went on and she kept working. Sometimes you might want to say, why didn't you even quit when you saw that the situation around this your working place was not convenient? It wasn't okay for you. Why didn't you quit? uh, People needs to make ends meet. People have families to feed. So you cannot even tell someone to quit their job just like that if they don't have a second job waiting for them somewhere. If you're someone that you have a plan B, you know that, yeah, if I quit today, tomorrow and next tomorrow or latest next week, I'm gonna get a new job. Then of course you'll be able to sit in the house for a week and get a new job if you're 100% sure that there's a job waiting for you somewhere. But no, 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 no. These days, there's no job waiting for, except you're someone that you really have those connections and know that someone can quickly squeeze you into something. So I don't even think that is something that we'll consider for a housekeeper. I don't think they know so many persons that can easily say, okay, today you're working for Jeff Bezos and you don't like the conditions and you just quit, and the next day you're working for Elon Musk, or the next day you're working for what's this other one, Donald Trump, or you know any of the billionaires and all of that, Bill Gates and name it. So I just feel like, yeah, it seemed like Jeff Bezos was really slacking on this one, and he really didn't he really didn't take his workers that serious for these women to go through this type of stuff, because I feel like if you have the money, then everybody, not only you as a person, needs to be comfortable. Everybody around you needs to be comfortable. Now, also remember, there was a time that, we don't know, we're just going to keep saying alleged. There's a time where a lot of people were complaining that the working conditions and the rules and everything that has to do with Amazon is really not good, that they don't treat their employees very well, and so many things that came up. These rich people, they have a way of making things go away, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they fixed it the right way, or they went, they handled it the correct way, the way they should. But yeah, they have a way of making things to go away. So I just feel like this is just one of those things of, I really don't care. You want to work, you want to earn money. I know that a lot of people need jobs. So if you want to quit, you quit. I'm going to get 10 housekeepers in the next few days. Okay. Even, what are we even saying, few days? If he would, if they will put out an ad saying that Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Donald Trump needs 20 or 50 housekeepers. Do you know how many people are going to show up for that interview? Do you know how many people want to just have their job, just to put in their resume, just to say, I have worked for this billionaire, I have worked for that billionaire. So I think that also adds to their ego, and it just adds this, their pompousness, that they just don't really care for their workers. That's why you see most of these billionaires, uh, they are just so mean, and they really don't care. Hence, Elon Musk too just woke up immediately. He took over Twitter and he was firing thousands and thousands of people. Didn't even do it the official way, and he really didn't care. His only tweet was like, "Yeah, it is necessary. It's unfortunate, but it is something that they need to do. Like, they cannot do anything about it." And that brings me to the shock where I'm like, now why are you calling them back if you're saying it was necessary? It wasn't something that you could change. It's not something you could manage. It's not something that you could do otherwise. I just feel like he was thinking that he could do without those people. He did not really take his time to check through the kind of people he was actually firing, because the guy that even spoke out, um, it seemed like his job, when he described the job he does, it seemed like that's a reasonable job that you would want to keep such worker. But you saw that, well, that wasn't something that this man was willing to do. He just wanted to fire them, and that was it. So calling them back, I feel like now he realized that, oh, we really do need these people. So it is better we call them back. It is better we call them back. You get? So that being said, it's 18 minutes, 20 minutes. We're going to round it up. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible so people can come in. So I want you to, if you're watching the replay of this, leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about Jeff Bezos being sued by his ex housekeeper, UTI. Do you think it was the housekeeper's fault? Or do you think Jeff Bezos just didn't do all he needed to do to make keep his workers, or make his workers feel comfortable enough, to make their working environment to be comfortable enough? Or do you think this is something that is common with rich people, wealthy people, influential people, celebrities? They really don't care so much about their workers, and sometimes workers, people always complain of, they work overtime, they don't get to sleep. I know there were some celebrities that's like working for them. People used to describe working for them being like hell. You don't get to sleep. Some of them are so clingy. They want you to be so close to them when they are asleep. Even when they are sleeping, they want you to be there and whatnot. So I feel like these billionaires are just being mean for no reason, and they are in a competition of who is going to be the meanest, who is going to be the nastiest, who is going to be the most heartless person that doesn't care about their workers. Elon Musk woke up and fired all those people. He started by saying, we're going to start charging for the blue tick, which is something he has. And I keep saying it. I believe when before Elon Musk bought Twitter, he already had the blue tick, right? Did he pay for it? I would like to know. Did Elon Musk pay for that blue tick? He didn't. all the apps, they give their blue tick for free. So for you coming now and starting to charge people for blue tick is really, really not reasonable. And when the Congresswoman Alexandria Cortez called him out, all he could say was la 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 la, now pay. And I was like, that's so rude, that's so mean. You should at least explain if there's something. We know that you paid a lot of money purchasing this app, but the way you're going about it, you're doing it all wrong. And it seemed like the team too that you have for your Twitter, it seemed like they're so lousy, because if they're coming up with these reasons of it was an error, all the people we fired, some of them, it was an error. Really, you just started and already you're making such massive error. I just wonder what kind of errors we're going to be facing in the future as people that uses Twitter, and what massive changes that you're going to make without even announcing for the users of Twitter, before for them to brace and prepare themselves for that. So there's just so many things going on, or and all of that. So just let me know what you think about this billionaires, influential people, and whatnot, how they behave, and all of that. And do you also think that the housekeeper, Jeff Bezos' housekeeper, is going to win in this case? Do you think she's going to get like a compensation or something, or you think, of course, they're going to use money, 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 and sink and make the case go away and maybe settle out of court? Let me know. And also in the comment section, let me know if you think that the workers that are going to send a second email telling them that it was a mistake, them being fired from Twitter, the Twitter employees, that are going to receive the second email stating that it was a mistake, if that is also something that you see as something that they would take it lightly and they might want to go back to work for him? Or do you think they're going to wait for Jack Dawson's app, because they said Jack Dawson is also preparing to launch a new app? I don't know if he has launched it. I've not seen anywhere, so I'm believing that he has not launched it yet, but he's almost there. So do you think the Twitter workers that were fired would be able to get a job at this new app, and that app is going to be competing with Twitter right now, since Jeff Dawson was also one of the co-founder of Twitter? Anyways, that brings us to the end of the story. We're coming back with more gist, okay, to keep you informed on what is going on worldwide. Okay, we talk about celebrity gossip, pop culture, and we also react to stuffs. So yes, you feel free to join us at any time, but don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so very much. All of that being said, this is me signing out. See you later when we come back with more stories. Thank you and bye. Remain blessed and have a lovely Tuesday. May your day be fruitful.